Hi guys and welcome to Drive Spark. I'm Promeet and today what we are driving is the MG Hector, the new 2023 MG Hector. And this what we are driving, the particular variant is the Savvy Pro variant, that is the petrol CVT variant. And so this was basically going to be a mileage test review, but we are going to keep that on part 2 for the mileage. Let's quickly give you a brief over the car from the exterior, interior and the engine brief. So starting off with the front end, so the very first thing you notice is a lot of chrome that has been present on the car. The front grille is big now compared to the previous generation Hector, and it is a single piece with a lot of chrome inserts. There are chrome inserts on the side as well where the DRLs are. So you have the DRLs on top. The headlight unit is present on the bumper, and the headlight unit has both the projectors for the high and the low beam, and also has a cornering light that acts as fog lights if you want it. And the entire cluster is good. The placement is nice, but I feel on the high beam the throw should have been a little better, because I mean there is visibility, but sometimes we feel that the high beam is not that powerful enough. So I mean, yeah, overall when you're driving on the city there is no problem at all, but on the highway you might find the slight disappointment as far as the high beam is concerned. Low beam is excellent. Well, there is also a front parking camera. You can see right below the logo. Now that is for the 360-degree camera feature that this car has. And rest, moving on to the side, so you have these 18-inch alloy wheels that run 215/55 R18 tires. Tire profile is good. The tire actually remains the same. The alloy wheel design, the 5-spoke dual-tone alloy wheel design, it remains the same as the previous generation one. Now on the side also you get a little bit of body cladding, and where the doors are you get a chrome insert. You also get chrome insert around the window trims as well. But you can see on the side chrome inserts you have the Morris Garage is written over there. It's embedded on where the rear door is. And body lines and creases are present all over on the side. Starts at the headlight, ends at the tail light, and splits in between. So it's a mix and match combination. The car looks good. You have a panoramic sunroof, as you can see from here as well. But since this is the dual tone version, so you have the lower half that is present in white, and the top half is present in black. And you also get a shark fin antenna. Now moving to the rear section, the rear section you can see you get the tail light design. Now the tail light design is actually pretty nice. It's sleek and it has got a connected tail light now that looks nice at night. And you have the big MG logo. Again, you have a camera. Now I forgot to mention one more thing, that the ORVMs over here are present in gloss black, and it also has a camera present underneath it. Obviously that's a part of the 360-degree camera feature that I mentioned earlier. Apart from that, at the rear you can see you get some amount of chrome on the bumper, and obviously there is smart sensing for the boot. So if the key is with you and you go stand next to the boot for I think 3 to 4 seconds, the boot will open automatically. If you don't want the boot to open, because it happens sometimes you're standing behind the car and the boot suddenly opens, so you can just hold the boot and the boot will close back again. Well, talking about the boot, well, the boot has around 587 liters of boot space. That's close to around 590. That's more than enough of boot space for 5 people with plenty of luggage can come inside. Rest, if you still want more luggage, there's a 60-40 split. You can split the seat, you can fold it down, and you can have more space for your luggage. Well, overall this sums up the exterior, and last but not least, it's got 192 mm of ground clearance. That actually makes I mean it's a pretty decent amount of ground clearance for an SUV, and it will not bottom out on various speed breakers or speed humps or whatever, so you don't need to worry about that. Now let's move on to the inside. So on the inside, a couple of things that you notice is, first of all, you notice that this big 14-inch screen that is over here, the infotainment screen, obviously a ton of information can be accessed through this. Other than that, there is soft touch material all over this car, from the dashboard to the door handles to the door pads. Everything is present in soft touch material in leather. The steering wheel is wrapped in leather. You have a complete black dashboard with these kind of beige seats. Looks nice. Overall, so this 14-inch screen gives you again a lot of information. You have wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. The second screen that is present on the car is this instrument cluster. So this instrument cluster, again, it's a full digital unit. You get a lot of information about this car and other details from this unit. There's one information that is missing, and that is that The new Hector does not get a mileage efficiency meter, so you cannot check the mileage on this. How much is it giving? Company claims around 12.5, something like that, or a mixed mileage of highway and the city. But we will tell you about that in the next video when we do a full mileage test on this car. Well, overall, I can just tell you one thing, that this car within the city gives a mileage figure of around single digit. That's between 8 to 9, and on the highway you will get somewhere between 11 to 12. But we will have to check that out. And so moving on. So the steering wheel is, again, it's a flat bottom steering wheel. It's wrapped in leather. You've got the steering mounted controls very neatly integrated. Half of them control the screen over here, and half of it controls the cluster over here. And the steering wheel can also be adjusted for tilt and telescope, so you can adjust it according to your need. That's a really good thing because the driver can find the right driving position immediately. Other than that, it's got a good turning radius. Yeah, it's a big car, but it's got a pretty decent amount of turning radius. You do not need to take a 3-point turn all the time. So yeah, moving on to the seats. Now the seats have ventilated. These are ventilated seats, and these are cool seats. They do not have a heated option. So again, ventilated seats. The driver's side and the passenger side both are electronically operated, but the driver's side gets a height adjuster, while the passenger side does not get a height adjuster. Now talking about the rear seats. So the rear seats, as you can see, it has 3 individual headrests, so 3 people can sit comfortably. And you also have a center armrest where it has 2 bottle holders, and you can obviously put it down if there are 4 people traveling, and you can use the center armrest as an armrest, obviously. And you also have rear AC vents that actually help cool down the cabin really well. And talking about the AC, it's got a single zone climate control, but the AC is actually excellent at 26-27 degrees. Also, it can cool down the cabin on a hot day like this. And ventilated seats obviously are a boon on top of that. Now let's talk about the specifications of this car. So the engine specifications, we're going to talk particularly about this one. So this is powered by a 1.5 litre turbo petrol engine that pumps out around 141 bhp of power and 250 Nm of peak torque. And it is mated to a CVT gearbox. Now it's a 6-step CVT gearbox, and yeah, it's a pretty decent setup, I would say. Power figures are okayish. I mean, it has got that initial, it is slightly linear on the initial acceleration, but it's got a good mid-range and a good top end. If you see, if I floor it, right now it is on D mode, and if I put it on S mode, you can see it becomes way more aggressive. So mode wise, you have your eco mode, that's on a button. You have your normal drive mode, that is D, and when you put on S, so the gearbox goes into S mode, and that is what helps it to move quicker on the speed part. So you are at triple digit speeds within no time. And overall, guys, the suspension setup is really nice. It actually absorbs all the bumps and potholes that the city or the highway has to offer. Well, it's a big car, you will have body roll. It's got decent amount of ground clearance as well, but it's a comfortable car overall. The steering wheel is also nice. It's responsive. It does not have a lag, and it is pretty light. It does not weigh up, but it is somewhere in between. That's really nice. So overall, so at low speeds also it's the same, at high speeds also is the same. So I would say, I mean, you will have a pretty decent silent ride. NVH levels are good. As you can see, you cannot hear anything. If I just open the window right now, I mean, yeah, there are no cars right now, but yeah, there is a lot of wind noise, but the NVH levels are good, so it just cuts you out from the outside world. Rest, guys, this only disadvantage that this car has about the mileage, so we will be doing a different video about the mileage efficiency of this car. Well, I'll just tell you the approximate mileage figures. On the city, you will be getting somewhere between, say, 8 to 9, that's single digit, and on the highways where you will see somewhere between 11 to 12. The claimed mileage figure is around 12.3 or 12.5 that the company claims for the petrol version. Well, if you need a little more mileage, then you can also opt for the diesel version, and we'll be doing a mileage test on the diesel one as well really soon. So until then, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share and subscribe to all our social media channels. I'm Promeet signing out. See you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, be safe and drive safe.